So thank you very much. I'm very happy to say I'm joined by Solitaire Townsend, who's the Chief Solutionist at Futerra. I'm Glyn Richards. I'm the Group Director of Sustainability here at Bupa. So Solly, maybe I can just kick off with a quick question. So you're focused on finding solutions to climate change, but this often requires us to make big changes, which obviously isn't very easy. And I know that at Bupa we face that like a lot of large organisations. So what advice would you give businesses trying to become more sustainable?
Whenever I go into a company, the very first thing that I ask is not what have you done on sustainable development, what are your goals, what are your targets, what you're trying to achieve. I ask, what are you struggling with in your business? Where is your business having a difficulty? Is it reaching new consumers? Is it the amount that you're spending on things? Is it your supply chain? Is it getting investment? Because sustainability is going to solve that problem. So sustainability is a massive opportunity and a problem solver and a mindset for what you're already struggling with in business. And the biggest mistake you can do is put it over here in this little responsibility bucket, this little morality bucket, because that means you're not getting those opportunities. So if you're struggling to reach new consumers, chances are they're young consumers and they care about sustainability. So that's going to help solve that. If you're helping to get investment, there's $4.5 trillion available for sustainability solutions. If you want investment, go sustainable. If you're having difficulty motivating your staff and gaining and bringing in the best talent, sustainability is your best recruiter. So rather than thinking about what you can do for sustainability, think about what sustainability can do for you.
Just talk to me a little bit about why you think innovation is so incredibly important for a sustainable future.
A great friend of mine, Hannah Jones, she used to be the head of sustainability for Nike. She actually now heads up the Earthshot Prize for Prince William. And when she was at Nike, she always used to say that sustainability is just a typo of innovation, that it's actually innovation that we're talking about here, because what innovation means is solving problems. It means seeing something that could be better and making it better, because otherwise why would you innovate? And so that's what sustainability is. Sustainability is about seeing things that need to be solved and solving them. Now you can then go a little bit deeper in terms of innovation is about creative thinking, it's about design thinking, innovation is about tenacity and holding on, being able to make changes over time. But what I think it just comes down to is seeing problems and being the kind of person who can think of a solution.
Amazing. I love that. So simple. Particularly, why is tackling the health of people and the planet a personal priority for you?
So, I'll be really honest with you. I grew up in a council estate, quite a dodgy council estate here in the UK, just outside of Luton. In fact, actually, you can tell because I just said Luton rather than Luton. And those issues around health and sustainability were so visible to me when I was growing up. There was in poor communities, you tend to have very poor environmental experiences. There's fly tipping. There tends to be poor air quality in areas of poverty. So you see and feel the environmental issues and you know the impact it's having on your body. So when we, as Futerra now, when we walk around the world and we work in India, when we work in China, and you're working in communities where there's heavy air pollution, where there's water pollution, where there's issues around waste in the community, everybody sees health and sustainability as the same thing. Like it is literally about trying to live a good life and actually being able to breathe. And so for me, these things are absolutely intrinsic. What I learnt as I grew up was that actually the solutions are also integrated, that every single thing that we need to do for climate change comes with this massive health benefit. And living a healthier life, eating a bit less meat, walking and cycling a little bit more, tends to be a much more environmental. And of course it is, because we're part of the world, we're part of nature, we're no different, we didn't come down in a UFO, we are naturally part of the environment, so of course what's healthy for us is healthy for the planet.
Now I think I can sort of say that quite a lot of people have this sense of, hear about climate anxiety and the sense of the climate crisis can feel overwhelming for so many people, irrespective of where you happen to work. I've heard you say previously that there are days when you yourself can feel slightly overwhelmed by the challenge in front of us. What is your one reason, if there is just the one, what is your one reason to sort of feel hopeful for the future?
So I'm more afraid of climate fatalism than I am of climate change. So climate change is just chemistry. It's literally just maths. Stop putting the carbon up in the atmosphere and pull the stuff that's already up there down. We know what those solutions are. Human beings, much more complicated. People, our emotions, how we feel, our culture is much more complicated than climate change. And so that's why I'm so worried about people giving up. And again, it's a little bit about what I came from. So what my life was going to be, where I was born, where I was brought up, is not the life that I have now. I know that transformational change is possible because I have lived it. I have gone from council estate to master's degrees and my own business and all that. I know how much people and the world can change. I don't think many people get that experience in their life. So maybe they don't realise how much change is possible because they haven't seen it. So human beings are capable of so much. Talk to an athlete. I was very lucky enough to talk to a group of footballers recently about how many records are broken every year in terms of what we thought the human body was capable of doing. In speed, how far you can jump, how fast you can run. Okay. Wow, we have all these examples of being able to make massive change, push the boundaries, do more than we ever thought was possible, and yet we don't think we can solve climate change. Every generation on Earth has faced a challenge that they thought wasn't overcomable. My grandfather, my grandmother, they faced the Second World War. Every generation has faced these unsurmountable problems and they've got over them. Now it's our turn.
Thank you so much for your time today and talking to us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you so much to Bupa for asking these questions, because if we don't ask these questions, if we don't put together health and sustainability, we're not going to get the answers we need. So thank you.
Thank you.